Safety First is an educational game that shows you the real dangers of riding a motorcycle on the road. The game offers a tutorial level that explains the controls and highlights the basics of motorcycle riding. For example, paying attention for distracted drivers and drivers who are otherwise reckless. How to move around, shift up and down, and highlighting when to shift up and down and what exactly that entails. Also, how to turn signal. The game will warn you if you're not using your turn signal while you're in between lanes. It'll also warn you if you've been in between lanes for too long. The game ends if you run off the road. The game is intentionally difficult and a bit exaggerated to show the player just how dangerous riding a motorcycle can be, especially due to distracted and reckless driving. The game then takes you through 5 levels of varying difficulty, with drivers who are lane splitting, turning without signaling, and speeding. Each level represents a different kind of reckless driver, and by level 4 it combines all of these different kinds of reckless drivers and makes you deal with all of them at once. It also includes certain exaggerated aspects like cars using the opposite turn signal to confuse the rider. All in all, we tried to include a lot of random aspects in the game and unexpected things that happen in game to surprise the player and catch them off guard, and it's to promote our alt value that riding a motorcycle can be dangerous, and a lot of this is caused by distracted driving and reckless driving. And you have to have very quick reflexes sometimes to avoid accidents and people turning into your lane without you expecting and things like that, which can be very dangerous situations.
So this is Kevin. I really focused on the art assets and the UI of making this game. I thought it would be much easier than what it was. Turns out I was wrong. For example, this trailer took way longer than it needed to. I had to take each frame and take a picture of it to add it to make it more of a smooth transition from each frame to frame rather than trying to do it all at once. We really wanted to focus on making the game kind of look realistic, as you can see through the car assets or even the road. So that way you kind of felt like you were on the motorcycle itself. I even made each of the cars, the road, and the motorcycle all 3D models so that we could try and do different angles of based on everything, but that turned out to be a lot more difficult than we thought it would and should be, so we kind of scrapped that idea. My kind of plans for the future really is to try and understand even Game Maker even more, try and build off of what we already have, and maybe even try adding like special effects to the crashes that happen, or even add more logic to the cars themselves. That way I'm not just taking what we've learned and throwing it out the window.
Hi, so this is Ken. I'm lastly going to be talking about some overall game design choices that we have to make throughout the game. So we've been utilizing lots of randomness functionality in GMS2 in order to build a more realistic game and provide player a better gaming experience. So randomness is a big point in our game. However, things went well at the beginning when everything is simple and clean. But when we started building more types of cars, especially those unlawful cars, things get messed up really quickly. Since we don't have full control of the randomness, it's totally possible that the cars or trucks will randomly crash together, since they will be changing lanes in some point of time. So this is one of the huge design issues we had from the beginning. We thought this could bring more variation in each level, but it seems like that having one static level with constant AI movements will be a better approach. My big moments is when I first started using GMS2. I feel surprised that this software provides two kinds of game making methods. However, I still prefer the scripting way, like I've done before. But when I started dive deeper into the game engine, I still think that the modern game development engine like Unity and Unreal is more convenient and useful. But it's always good to learn something new. Overall, it was a great experience with GMS2 and this class. Thank you.